Alright guys, it's your boy Interjack here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. It has been a hot minute since the last time I recorded a video. Life has been crazy to say the least. I recently just actually had a daughter, and I'm really excited about that. But now that things have kind of dialed down a little bit, I'm in a better spot to record. So you're probably gonna see me consistently upload more and more over the upcoming month or year or so. But yeah, I'm in a really good spot right now, so I feel like I can actually record now. And the first video I thought I should do is a top 10 LRs list. Now I posted my list on Twitter already, but this would basically just be me going over that list. A lot of you know that we got this list is updated. It goes all the way up to cooler. So let's just say during the worldwide download celebration, with the addition of these two units, this list would have probably been completely different a month ago. But because of these two units existing, some of these newer top tier units, they're actually on here, or they're up up an extra tier, etc. Right? So at number 10, which is crazy to me because this guy is actually insane, but this is our number 10th unit right here. Kaioken Goku. Kaioken Goku is our number 10. Now, if we just I should have probably loaded everything up beforehand, but let's see. That is the LR. That's fine. We can go to this Dokkan Wiki. Kaioken Goku is a unit that this unit is actually insane. When this unit came out, people were just blown away by how strong he is. Right, this guy can put up similar numbers to the 7th tier LRs. His defense is pretty good after he super attacks. Where's the super attack effect? Yeah, as you can see, he massively raises, and then on his 12th key, he also raises defense. Now his 12th key is important because this guy has a 59%. He has a high. He has a 50% chance to crit, right? So, and he's STR. So obviously you want to build this guy full additional, right? I wouldn't be surprised if people are giving him 0 crit, right? He needs no crit. He's doing this guy on a turn where you get this. He's doing 16 mil attack stats. And then he has a high chance of crit. And then, if you have him, rainbowed and duped out, he has a pretty good chance of doing an additional attack. And then, he gets this on super. His key is really good. He gets key plus 7 for 7 turns. Even when that wears out, this guy makes STR key spears. Most of the time, this guy is never going to struggle to super, right? Kaioken Goku is one of those units that you can literally put on any of his teams. You could just float him, and he still performs well. Even in his worst situations, he performs well. Right? And I would say this guy is only 10 on this list. He'd be a lot higher if his link set wasn't all over the place, right? So, this link set, he has, a lot of good links. They're just scattered all over the place. They don't really work together. Sand Lineage is good, right? Shocking Speed is good. But then you look at his partners, and let's see. Yeah, his partners are not the greatest. We have version Z Goku, who kind of fell off. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is probably, he's actually up for an Easy A pretty soon. Godku is also possibly up for an Easy A pretty soon. Yamaku just got an Easy A, but that's only 3 links, right? We have Jar Jar Goku, who's still pretty solid. Yeah, the problem with you would realistically, you're gonna run this guy next to Version Z Goku, right? But the problem is both Version Z Goku and Kaioken Goku are slot 2 units. They're not slot 1 units. Zeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku could change a lot for this Kaioken Goku, actually. What do they share? Kamehameha, Saiyan Lanes, Overall Flash. Yeah, this is, they share 9 teams as well. Wouldn't be a bad rotation, actually. This guy's gonna Easy A this year during the Hero Celebration. So we'll see. Zeno Goku, back when he came out, he was a pretty solid slot 1 unit with a guaranteed guard and stuff like that. So we'll see. we'll see. But yeah, this guy being 10 on this list is crazy. But honestly, he does not have like the partners to really bring out his full power. He's still extremely good, even without the fact that he's top 10 on this list without a good partner says something. Because the way I'm gonna do this list, a lot of it is going to be based off the partners that the units have. Like leader skill and partners are going to be two very, very important factors. So just keep that in mind. All right, and then let's see who else do we have on those? At number 9, I'm gonna put LR Janemba. Right now, LR Janemba. Hi, LR Janemba, dude. That unit. I will personally say I slandered that unit so much when he came out. I thought his design was terrible. Like he wants to be input in slot 1, but then he doesn't build up in slot 1, as you can see here, which is still technically I still don't like that about him. The fact that he doesn't build up in slot 1, despite the fact that he guard, like you want to put him in slot 1. He's like a slot 1 character. And then he has the chance of nullifying, like he's definitely a slot 1 character. He just doesn't build. You have to put him in slot 2, unfortunately, to build up. But when this guy builds up, he is him, right? This guy, I've had runs. I don't have LR Janemba on my main account, but I've had runs on a private server just testing out Cooler's team. This guy is one of the reasons why I actually think Cooler's team is probably like the second best in the game, right? Because I've had a rotation where I had him on rotation with STR Cooler and AGO, the TUR Golden Frieza. And Cooler supered first, and then Broly AoE supered. Well, guess what? This guy nullified the super. Cooler took double digits, and then AGO Golden Frieza took double digits, right? I had the entire rotation just take no damage from AoE Broly. And, like, this guy links up pretty well with Cooler, right? He shares, let's see, Cooler should actually be somewhere on this list. He shares 4 links with him. Yeah, they share 4 links, and then they share those two teams right there. Big Bad Boss's Metamorphosis, First Battle, Legendary Power. It's no key, unfortunately, but Cooler builds up key, right? Cooler's pretty self-sufficient. And then when you get this built up right here, Janemba's also pretty okay when it comes to key. He's able to do pretty decent. He does good damage too when this is fully built up. It's just a matter of getting this fully built up. Luckily, the red zone is not short content. Back when this guy released, the hardest content was like Super Battle and like the God event, and it was very situational where you ever like fully built this up on a good situation. This guy also didn't really have that many teams. Movie Bosses wasn't really a team when this guy came out. Now it's one of the best teams in the game, right? So Janemba, honestly, like before Cooler came out, I wouldn't even consider Janemba like top 15. He's probably like top 20 or something like that. Now he's easily on this list for sure, right? And he's probably gapping every other LR that came out in the same in the same time as him. It says released January, huh? Huh? Okay, that's weird. Why does it say released January 16th? Okay, whatever. This guy came out in Tanabata 2021 with Tech Gogeta. But yeah, he is him. Like I said, he is him. If you ever pull Cooler, try this guy out on the 200%. He is eating off of that 200% for sure, right? And then at number 8, this might actually surprise people, but I actually have these two. Number 8, Rose and Zamasu. That unit is also pretty insane, right? Let's see. Can I find them on here anywhere? No, I guess I have to look them up. Zamasu. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, this unit right here. They have the easy A. No, they do not. Weird. That's weird. Doesn't have the easy A. Okay, whatever. We'll just look up the easy as I'm talking. Rose and Zamasu, they're an incredible unit, right? Unfortunately, they don't have a 200%, at the moment. But when they do get a 200%, they're already eating off of the 170% on the Trunks and Vegeta's team, right? Let's see. Trying to bring them up. Okay. Whatever. We'll just do this. They're already eating off of the 170 lead that they're on Trunks and Vegeta's team, right? They have a really good link set for that team just off the fact that they have prepared for battle. They have big bad bosses what they can get with like Mer Zamasu, who I will talk about in a second. He's definitely on this list, obviously. But they heal every single turn, which I think people don't talk about. Like people don't talk about that, but that, like if you ever use AGL Turlers and transformed with him, you know how incredible this ability is. Recovering just 15% HP at the start of a turn, like every turn, that is very helpful in a lot of these red zone stages. That is helpful, especially when you're like stacking up all that defense and then you heal from orbs as well. That is very helpful, right? And you have like 700k, 650k HP on a lot of these 200% leads, so you just heal a lot of HP. Their key is good. They never struggle. This guard for they guarantee guard for 3 turns. This is good, right? They lose it after their 3rd turn, but by the time that 3rd turn is up, they will have built this up, and they will also have built this up. They get defense by 30% for 6 turns, right? And then like double supers will work too, because they still get an extra 30% defense for 3 turns, right? So like going full additional on this guy would be pretty good. They hit insanely hard. They do like 12 mil attack stats or something like that, right? Solid defense. You know, there's nothing much else to the unit. Solid link set. Their partner is one of the best units in the game right now. Yeah. Overall, just a really solid. Like their kit is like really basic, besides the 15% HP healing. But this unit, I mean, they also have high ass stats because it's an old SLR. They went crazy with this EZA. Like honestly, this unit is just amazing to say the least. Alright, now from here on out, these 3 right here, I feel like you can like change. Like you could add, I don't know, where is he? Like Goku and Piccolo, for example, right? Goku and Piccolo, you could change one of these 3, put Goku and Piccolo on here, that'd be fine. Goku and Gohan, you can change one of these 3, put them on there, that'd be fine, right? I think even like physical LR Cell and like GT Trio, maybe you could probably argue. I don't know. You could probably argue they could be on here. Physical Cell has a great partner with just AGL Cell, and then GT Trio has an amazing partner with Japan. So you know, if you wanted to like argue one of them to be in this like 8, 9, 10 spot, I wouldn't care. This next 7, these are no. You can't argue them. They're always going to be on this list no matter what, right? Till we get more units, of course. These next 7 have solidified themselves as the best units in the game, by far. And this 7th slot is actually going to piss a lot of people off, but this is what I personally think right now, right? So number 7, I'm going to put the LR Super Saiyan 4s here. Now, before people go like all crazy and think I'm underrating them or like yada yada yada, a lot of listen, okay, this unit is good. No one has ever said this unit was bad, right? No one has ever said this unit like needs an easy A or is dog shit, or you know, no one has seriously said this unit was ever bad. This unit is still one of the best units in the game. I think the design of this unit is pretty good as well. The problem with this unit, all right, number 1, their passive is fine, right? Number 1 though, I would say this guard for 1 turn, this is not really as helpful as it could be anymore. Because after their 1 turn on like on a good turn with these 2 units, like after this 1 turn, when they're like 3rd, basically, like say you get them turn 1, on turn 3, this unit's at like 300k defense, just about this. That's not good enough, right? That's like if this unit gets super, they just die. Like you can't put them in slot 1, right? Not in base. In base, you cannot put them in slot 1. Oh, I want to take me to Gogeta. Oh, I see. Okay. In base, you cannot put them in slot 1. Their super attack effect, they stack. But the problem with this stack is it's not 30%, it's only 20%. So, oftentimes this unit will like double, triple super, which is fine. You know, they still stack at a decent rate. But the problem is it's 20%, so it's very slow, right? If you don't get that, which this is not hard to get, right? Lots of additional super attack when P is 20 or more. That's not hard. That's not hard at all. Not even close. But if you don't get it, this unit will like struggle to actually keep up with some of these red zone bosses in terms of like defense. Their damage is fine. And then you transform into Gogeta. Their link set doesn't change. That everything about Gogeta is good. The damage reduction is good. I would say this makes them a little bit less consistent than the unit that they came out with, which is the LR Gods, right? That makes them a little bit less consistent. But, you know, at the same time, you get it. They greatly raise on their 12th and then they massively raise. And then they have... This nullification is actually really good. They just disable one enemy's action. That ability is very, very strong. Do not underrate that ability. That ability is strong as hell, right? They, you know, self-sufficient, very good at key, very good at you know, getting like 24 key like almost every single turn. And then Gogeta, he has the counter, that is amazing when you get it off, right? Gogeta on a good turn can still look like a top 3 unit in the game, in my opinion. On a good turn, though. Right. On a normal turn, this guy will probably not have a lot of this active, simply because his partners are not really that crazy anymore, right? So we just take a look, right? You have the LR Super Saiyan 4s. These two units, honestly, I mean, I thought they were massively overrated on release, but now people are kind of understanding that these two units, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, their defense is just not good enough. Like, it's just not. It's not. Even in slot 2, it's not. Like, unless Goku, like, double supers. I mean, unless both of them, like, double supers, sometimes they struggle to get over 400k defense. And I'm not, like, you can calculate yourself if you want to, right? They do not get over 400k defense. Like, on a rotation with this unit and this unit, right, together, they don't get over 400k defense. Neither one of them do. This guy is also kind of disappointing. He's consistent, but he's relying on like full HP and stuff like that. He's also kind of meh. He's pretty much the same unit as the LR almost, except he has a scouter, which conditional scouter, but he has one, right? Pretty much almost the same unit. As far as their team goes, like their link set hurts them because they do have a 200% with Trunks and Vegeta, who aren't actually here. Oh, well, I can tell you why they're not here. They have a 200% with Trunks and Vegeta, which means you would think like, oh, they have a slot 1 unit, right? They don't share key with Trunks and Vegeta because this unit only has shocking speed for key. Outside of GT, it only has shocking speed. For some reason, they thought it was a good idea to not give a Gogeta unit, like a Super Saiyan, like a Goku and Vegeta unit. They thought it was a good idea to not give this guy prepared for battle. And I said that when this unit came out, and people were looking at me crazy, like, no, you're just biased, and you just like the gods, and you're dumb, yada yada. Okay, but now we look like okay. Let me just go to the gods are on this list, by the way. But let's just go to the gods real quick. Right? Look at it. You see how much more partners they have that are like relevant? Or could easy, eh? Right? They have Goku. They have, well, this unit is kind of mid or whatever. They have Tech Vegeta. They have the new Carnival Goku that just came out, right? They share 4 links with Trunks and Vegeta as well. I mean, Vegeta's kind of mid. Goku could easy A. Like, most of the time when you throw the gods on a team, it's a lot more efficient than just throwing the LR Super Saiyan 4s on a team, right? Simply because of this link right here and nothing else. It's literally just that link. Just if you give this unit prepared for battle, people would probably like this unit a lot more. But there are often times where you don't have a GT unit next to this unit, and this unit will either hurt the rotation a little bit or struggle for key itself. Despite having that good key mechanic, most of the time they can still 18 key, but sometimes it's hard to get the 24 key, right? Other than that, I don't really have any like real issue with this unit. Personally, I just think sometimes they don't stack fast enough, and the base form is just not good enough defensively. Like, so a lot of the times in red zone events, when you're not like spamming items, you have to transform them immediately, which you can transform them on turn 4. You have to transform them immediately so they don't die. Because most of it, like if you keep them in base and most of the red zone stages, they will die to a super attack. Even after transformation. Like Vegeta, let's say you get like 3 rainbow orbs or something. With Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, he has a damage reduction up. Even after he supers, this guy can still die. Like he can still, not even just die, he can still get one-shotted. So just keep that in mind, especially like if you're not stacking for like 8+ turns, which is not really possible because their team does too much damage. But people want to pretend like you can for some reason, but no. It's not really that practical that you're gonna like just stack for 8 turns with this unit on the red zone stage without like spamming items. No, it's not happening. This unit does too much, like the unit does too much damage, and it doesn't have enough defense in base. So most of the time, yeah, you are just transforming them immediately, right? And when you transform them immediately, they don't have enough defense to actually tank some of these really hard, strong super attacks. Luckily though, they do have a chance to survive with the notification and the countering, so that's really good. This unit's still good. This is not slandered by any means. Personally, I think that they are aging worse than the next 6 units that I'm about to bring up right now. Speaking of 6, Mer Zamasu, number 6, easy. I don't think I really have much to say about Mer Zamasu, really. I guess I gotta look up the outfit. Is this only global? Oh, I see. Now I know why the EVA was in there. Okay. Oh boy, I have to look up the kanji. Let me just scroll. Yeah, he's right there. Okay. Oh, it's all in Japanese. Interesting. Alright, whatever. We'll just look up Zamasu here. I can go to Dismal Future. LR Zamasu is... This guy is crazy good. I said this on release that you could... When this unit came out, I was arguing that you probably... Like, if you told me Mer Zamasu was number 1 in the game, I don't think any... Like, you can't deny it. This guy... His key is good. He just needs another Potara ally. I mean, that's not hard. All of his partners are on Potara. He makes his own Int Spear, just like Kaioken Goku, so he's never struggling to super, right? He reduces damage received by 20%. It goes up with each attack he takes, right? He gets 50% on super. Most of the time, this guy has like 500k plus defense after he supers, or a little bit well over that, and then, you know, he has the damage reduction too, which really helps him eat some of these, like, higher tier bosses super attacks. Like, this guy can tank, like, Broly super attacks for, like, 300k, right? After he supers, of course. He has his nullification, which is whatever, I guess. It's a melee nullification only, but it's still there. Not much else to talk about. This unit is insane. This unit does, okay, put it like this, right? People like Trunks and Vegeta over the LR gods because they don't do as much damage as Trunks and as the LR, like as that says in the LRs. People like Trunks and Vegeta more because they're better defensively, right? This unit right here is better defensively than the 70 LRs. I don't think there's maybe not Vegeta on like a good turn or something, but most of the time, this unit is definitely a lot better than, like, yeah, especially when this unit, like, triple supers and stuff, because the crazy part is this unit has built-in additional. Yeah, he does a additional. He does a guaranteed additional. So when this unit like triple supers, this unit is definitely better defensively than the 70-year-old large, right? But Mer Zamasu is also super effective against all types when key is 24. And just in general, he's throwing out like 10, 12 mil attack stats. So this unit definitely hits harder than Trunks and Zamasu. Or Trunks and Zamasu, sorry. Trunks and Vegeta. And for some reason, people think it's crazy to have this unit above this unit for whatever reason. I don't know why. Mer Zamasu currently, like, he even has a good setup on that Feature Saga team, right? Because Mer Zamasu, I believe... No, Mer Zamasu doesn't have prepare for battle. But Mer Zamasu's key mechanic is pretty good. And on the Future team, he has... Let's see. He has this guy. And he has this guy. And he also has this guy. Right? So, those 3 units on the Future team, honestly, like, the only problem is none of those 3 units are on a 200%. That is literally the only issue. Mer Zamasu himself is on a 200%. But none of those units are. So, yeah, I will put him at 6, and then at number 5, right above him, because I cannot separate these two that far away from each other. The LR Gods, right? I already talked about how the LR Gods, I already talked about them, how they, you know, they have Prepare for Battle. They're pretty much the same unit as the Super Saiyan 4, so I don't really need to go over them that much. But them having Prepare for, like, stuff has just been put in a certain way to where this unit just constantly gets buffed. Them having Prepare for Battle, along with this, the category that they lead, right? Their category that they lead is Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Movie Heroes. These two categories are constantly getting buffed right now. Like, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, we got... I mean, the LR Super Saiyan 4s are on this category, too, by the way. So it's just better, right? We got Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Yeah, Kefla, who's still pretty solid, right? You have this Gotenks, who's still amazing. These 2 units are pretty solid from Heroes, right? This guy is what really pushes them over the edge. They have Majin Vegeta, who's still pretty good. They have this guy, who also pushed them over the edge in terms of leader skill. They have several other, like, easy A's coming, right? And then we go to Movie Heroes. They actually recently just got a partner in that SGR Piccolo that just released on the Worldwide Download Celebration. And guess what he's on? He's on Movie Heroes, right? So, the issue with the Super Saiyan 4s was more so not their partners. It was just that they needed a slot 1 unit. I think Gogeta, like, they still cook in slot 2. They're fine, right? But that team has no slot 1 unit. Guess what? Movie Heroes has this Piccolo right here, this Goku right here, this guy. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, it has those 3. This guy is pretty situational, but these 2 right here, I found that they can go in slot 1 in any situation, literally any. So, and oh, by the way, they share what, like 5 links with this guy? 6? Yeah, they share 5 links with this guy. Who's also, like, what, number 1, 2, or 3 best unit in the game. LR Gogeta does not share 5 links with this guy. LR Gogeta is not even on this list right here. The top 25 characters will run with. He's not even here. LR Gogeta would share Super Saiyan. I mean, he would share 4, just these 4. Bare minimum, no key. Which is not really that impressive. And also, that unit is not on their team. So, yeah, like I said, these 2 are pretty much the same unit. It's just this unit has gotten massively more buff than the other. In terms of setup, partners, and teams. Remember, I did say this list was going to be based a lot on partners. And then, number 3, or number 4, Golden Frieza. Free. So free. Listen. You could be mad about me putting Mer Zamasu over, you know, the Super Saiyan 4s, whatever. That's fine. Be mad, I guess. Golden Frieza though? No. You're not gonna no. Go use Golden Frieza on a 200% lead. This is not the right Golden Frieza. Okay. Let's go to Resurrection F. Go use Golden Frieza on a 200% lead. Right? This guy, number one, let's just say this. Flat out, turn one, this guy's the best unit in the game. By far. Because of this. He has 90% damage reduction turn one. There's no beating that. There's no beating that. This guy also does, like, it's not like he just has 90% damage reduction like the other AGL Golden Frieza that we just saw. It's not just that. This guy does damage, too. He does damage. Like, a lot of damage. And then he does a guaranteed additional when HP is 50% or more. Like, and it's not just like, yeah, he loses the damage reduction, which sucks, right? It goes down to 30. This guy is rocking, like, over 400k plus defense. So, it doesn't really matter that he loses damage reduction. Because he still has 30% with like 400k plus defense, or like 500k to be honest on a good turn. So honestly, how is this unit, like, how can you even argue this unit on the 200, especially on the 200%? This guy eats on that cooler team. He eats, he feasts on that 200%. So I don't even know how you could sit here and argue that this unit would be any worse than the 70-year-old Lars. At this point, it's like over, because not only that. Because, like I said, partners are a huge ordeal. This cooler is like number 1, 2, or 3, and this, like, you know, they share what? Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, Universe Most Limit, Strong. They share 4 links, and one of them is a key link, and they're both self-sufficient. This guy's a slot 1 partner for STR Cooler, who is the most offensive unit in the game, probably the best slot 2 unit in the game, right? So, I mean, like, what argument do you have? And then most of the time, because that rotation is doing so much damage, most of the time, even in red zone stages, I found that you don't even get to like the 30% DR. Like, this doesn't even run out all the way. Most of the time, you could just kill the enemy before then, because Cooler does so much damage, and so does this unit in the 200%, right? Golden Frieza is also another reason why Janemba will be on here, because of his team and partners. Just Janemba, this guy, and then this Cooler right here. It's just, that trio of units is crazy. Truth was spitting when he said Janemba was going to eat in that 200%. He was right. He was definitely right. For sure. Same with Golden Frieza, right? And then number 3, I have Carnival Goku at number 3. Now, I think people might actually be upset about that. I think a lot of people consider this guy like number 1 or 2. Personally, I think this guy is amazing, right? He definitely, if you want to say he's number 1, 2, okay. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. My reasoning for not having him at number 2 or 1 is simply because of his leader skill. Powerful comeback. Now, this team is not really like that good right now. It seems good, but it's not, right? Number 1, the main issue is that you can only revive with 1 character. So, like, let's say you bring this unit and then, like, this unit right here who relies on their revive, or, like, this unit right here, who, if you get under 30% HP, has literally no defense, right? If you revive with this Goku, whose revive is easier to get off than these two, I imagine, you can't revive with Future Gohan, so he's just dead weight. And you can't revive with Vegeta because he's just dead weight. You can't, like, if you want, for whatever reason you're bringing Roshi, you can't revive with him, so he's just dead weight, right? Like, you see the issues, right? And then a lot of these units don't really mesh that well together. Like, you have Gohan with, like, Nanakus and, like, Super Saiyan Gokus and stuff like that, with, like all these UI Goku characters. Like, it's just weird. This category is just weird. It's a good category. Like, this lead is not that bad. It's not bad, right? I'm not saying the lead is bad, but this category definitely needs some help. Other than that, I mean, when you get hit, after this guy gets hit, he gets, like, so much defense off of that getting hit. And he stacks defense on his 18 key, which is really good. He never struggles for key. You're always going to get the 18 key. He guards when HP 60% or more. This might be worrisome, but it's really not, because when you're under 60% HP, this guy will just revive, right? And then after he revives, he guards, and then he, you know, has a high chance to crit. So his damage is pretty good, too, for how defensive this unit is. His damage is amazing for how defensive he is. And then he has like one of the best link sets in the game, like just a cookie cutter Super Saiyan link set, like that's the same as AGL or Gohan's. You see all these units, he shares so many links with, right? So many. One of them being the gods, who, you know, as I said before, are a slot 1 partner, are a slot 2 partner for this Goku, right? He's also a slot 1 partner for this unit right here, who I think could have been on this list. Like, you could have put that unit above Kaioken Goku for sure. But anyways, I'm going to put Cooler at number 2. Now, again, I know a lot of, like, I've seen some people say, like, Cooler is worse, he's better, yada, yada, yada. My reasoning for having Cooler above that Goku is actually very simple. Leader skill, right? This guy's leader skill, like, on global, this is probably not true, but on JP, I actually think this is the second best 200% team in the game, like, by far, actually. I never had another team run through like Broly and Omega the way Cooler's team does. At least on the JP version, because they have Golden Frieza, right? This unit also has probably like the highest peak in the game. Like, you can have this unit that, like, people on the net have been saying, like, this unit can tank a super attack from AGL Broly. That's type disadvantage. And yeah, that is true. If you like super 5 times, this unit can actually survive a super attack from like Cell Max, AGL Broly, etc. Even without supering 5 times, I found that this Cooler actually can survive some of these tougher bosses' super attacks. As long as you get like at least 4 supers in, or 3. This Cooler is just a god. Like, he's good defensively, right? It's not like he's just pure offense. And then offensively, he does like all of these attacks. Like, he can do 5 attacks in a turn on a normal turn, and then he can do 6 attacks. That's pretty rare, but he can do 6 supers on 1 turn, right? So Cooler at his peak is probably the strongest offensive unit in the game. Even more so than the LR gods and the Super Saiyan 4s, right? Like, I think this unit does like, he does more damage than them. He stacks attack, which makes this active skill hit insanely hard, and then he disables enemies' actions. Goku also has this as well, where he disables an enemy action on an active skill. Basically, that attack in slot 1, like the very first attack, it just nullifies it, which is, I found that to be really helpful. That's why he's able to like destroy like Broly and stuff. Like, you can go to that AoE phase, you can put Cooler in slot 1. AoE Broly doesn't have as much attacks as the other Broly, so usually there's like 1 attack that's going to hit Cooler beforehand. You can nullify it, and if you nullify it and then Cooler supers after, Cooler won't take damage to AoE Broly. He has that much defense, like just raw defense, that he won't take damage to AoE Broly. Or you could have just nullified the super altogether, right? Which is really good. Like I said before, doesn't struggle for ki at all. You get this fully built up, he's always keen. He has ki plus 5 unconditionally. So like, you know, how do you struggle? Like, you can't struggle for ki on this unit. I found oftentimes this unit is always like, he gets this 10 ki from his passive alone, and then the leader skill gives you 6 ki. So every single turn, bare minimum, with no ki links active, this unit is starting at 16 ki. like with no links active, 16 ki. Just keep that in mind, right? This unit cannot, it's not possible to struggle with this ki with this unit. Overall, just a very, very fun unit. Again, I only have him above Goku. I think they're on par with each other pretty much. But I have him above Goku because of this, his leader skill, right? I also do think that Cooler is a little bit more important than Goku, considering, like, Goku's just Super Saiyan Goku. He's a Saiyan, you know, super class units get buffed all the time. This Cooler, he was needed. Like, this guy brought, like, he brought all of these villain units up. Like, if this guy Easy Ace, he's bringing him up. He brought this guy back into the meta. This guy, I mean, we need a super class event, but he's still solid, right? Let's see here. He brought this guy back into the meta. This guy's gonna Easy Ace, bringing him back. He's carrying the fuck out of Janemba for sure. Janemba wouldn't even be on this list if it wasn't for him, right? Like, he's bringing up a lot of these units. So that's why I have him at number 2. Then number 1, Trunks and Vegeta, of course, right? I did say I was doing this based off of partners and teams, and guess what? Trunks and Vegeta, like, Trunks and Vegeta literally are everything you want in a unit. They don't do as much damage as everybody else on the list. Like, I think even this Goku out damages that Trunks and Vegeta, right? But Trunks and Vegeta, they're defensively, they're actually better than Goku, which says a lot considering what Goku does. They have, the interest skill, which they only need another bond of parent and child. By the way, this is the best category in the game by far. Has the biggest roster in the game, so this is not hard to get. They have the best leader skill in the game because of that, which is another reason why I have them at number 1. Their leader skill, like I said, Cooler's team was probably number 2 on JP. This is number 1 on both apps. Even though this category is not out, this is the number 1 team for sure. Like they also they don't do as much damage as Goku and Cooler and stuff like that, but they do damage. They have crit chance built in. They guard all attacks the first attacker in the turn. They can guard with this entrance animation. They can guard in any slot for 5 turns, right? They stack defense. They build up defense, right? And then they have this active skill, which is just crazy. Basically, they all attacks become crits for 1 turn, which is like the LR Super Saiyan 4s and the gods. And they also raise all allies' defense by 20%, which is powerful as hell because it's an active skill buff, right? Overall, I mean, this unit has a pretty cookie-cutter link set, but because of this, he links with, like, everyone. Prepare for battle, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race. Like, this unit is good. The unit brought up, like, Majin Vegeta and stuff like that. You can use a lot of different setups on this Future Saga Bond of Parent and Child team, and it just works, right? This unit is also another reason why, as you can see, they share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think the LR gods have Saiyan Warrior Race. They share 4 links, but they actually share key links with the LR gods, which is why I have them higher than Super Saiyan 4s again. But yeah, solid unit. This is definitely like the best unit in the game for sure. I have no problem putting him at 1. If you wanted to say Goku is better or Cooler is better, that is perfectly fine though. I think those 3 are in a tier of their own, but I personally would have Trunks and Vegeta above them. Like I said, my reason is mainly because of this right here. They lead the best team in the game. Defensively, they're probably the best unit in the game as well. Besides like AGL Golden Frieza, like turn 1, or the other Golden Friezas without the HP restriction, I guess. But overall, this LR is very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. And that would be the list. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any changes, criticism, whatever. Like I said, I will be doing more content, right? I am going to be kind of busy this week because I do work this week, but I try to upload, at least once a day or something like that. Just kind of get back into the swing of things. And then once I do, I'll probably, upload like 1 or 2, like 2 or 3 videos a day like I used to. But anyway, yeah, that's my top 10 LR list. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.